Okay, hello, this is Max. We're working on Fall 2013, Midterm 2, Question 1. This is a what would Python print, and it's called Classy Costume. So for each of the following expressions, we want to write the value to which it evaluates. The first two rows have been provided as examples. If evaluation causes an error, write error. If evaluation never completes, write forever. Assume you started Python 3 and are executing the following statements. Alright, so we've got some class monster. Draw that over here. It's got a vampire attribute that's true for all vampires. It's going to be vampire too scary. It's a dictionary. And we'll say this is monster.vampire. Alright. And now I've got a class blob. Class blob inherits from monster, and so it's going to inherit this vampire attribute and this werewolf method, and it looks like it overwrites the vampire actually. So we're going to have some b.vampire. It's going to equal its own 2 and night. And then we have an init. We'll worry about this in a moment. And we're going to have some, so we'll have some init and we'll have some werewolf method as well. Okay, so, okay, great. So we're going to create spooky. Spooky is an actual instance. There's not a ton of room here. Spooky is an instance of the class blob. And we pass in as an argument monster. So this is, it's important to note that these two are different, right? Our init here takes an argument self and an argument ghoul. Self is going to be spooky. This is the instance that we're instantiating, right? And ghoul is actually going to be the class monster. So we're going to say spooky, and ghoul is going to be this, refer to this monster. So whenever we do that, we want to think about ghoul as being monster. Okay, so we have vampire. Vampire is actually, this is just a local variable. So we're going to toss this out after we're done with init. We may or may not use it in here, but we'll see. Self.which, so we're going to make some self.which is going to be equal to ghoul.vampire. Ghoul.vampire is monster.vampire. That's going to be equal to the dictionary 2 scary. And actually, it points to the same dictionary, so we're actually going to go up here. And then self.which 3 is equal to self. So now we're going to create, since we're in a dictionary, we're going to create a new key inside of this dictionary here, and we're going to have it point to spooky. Let me make this dictionary a little bit bigger. We add a new entry that has the key 3 and the value spooky. Okay? And which points back to this dictionary. Okay, so that's what we've done, and then spooky.werewolf. So we're going to actually overwrite whatever thing we get passed in here. We're going to say self. We're just going to say the method werewolf. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. We're going to say werewolf here points to whatever this thing is. Okay. So we don't want to forget that this is going to be the werewolf method. Okay, let's take some lambda self. It's going to do monster.vampire. Okay, sweet. So k plus 2 for k in range 4. This seems sort of out of the blue, but okay, so list comprehension. Remember, range is going to go from 0 up until right before the element that we go to. So this is going to be like 0, 1, 2, 3, right? We're going to want to print k plus 2 for k in this list. And so k plus 2 is 2, 3, 4, 5. But we're not going to go to 4, or else we would print 6 there. But we're not going to do that. Okay, monster.vampire 2, 3. So monster.vampire 2 is equal to scary. And then we want, so this is the dictionary. This is a dictionary. We're taking out 2, so we're going to replace this whole thing here with scary, the string scary. And then we're taking the third element out of scary, which is going to be 0, 1, 2, 3. It's equal to the string R. Repr len spooky.which. Okay, what is spooky.which? Spooky.which is equal to this dictionary here, which has 2 items in it. Len of spooky.which is going to be 2. Repr of 2 is just 2. Spooky.which 3 is not spooky. Spooky.which 3, spooky.which, the element 3, is in fact spooky. So we're going to say this is false. Is not means, obviously, is not spooky. Spooky.which 3 is in fact spooky. It points back to spooky. Spooky.which 2, 0 to 4. Okay, what is spooky.which? Spooky.which is this dictionary. 2 is equal to scary. So we're going to say this is scary index from 0 to 4. This is just like our range thing. We're not going to include this last 4th element. We're going to go 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 is going to be S, C, A, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, scar. Okay. Spooky.werewolf. We're calling it with no arguments. It seems to take an argument. I think this is going to get an attribute error, so I'm going to be quiet though. So I think this is going to get an attribute error because we've specified that it should take an argument self, a single argument. And it's a little confusing, but we've actually defined this to just be an attribute werewolf that is going to be bound to the function and not some method, but actually bound to the function, a function that takes a single argument self and returns monster.vampire2. So spooky.werewolf is actually going to give us an error, I think. Monster.werewolf spooky. So monster is this class, werewolf is the function, is the method, and we're passing in spooky as self. So we're going to call self.vampire2. Self.vampire, this is not this vampire, it's actually going to be this vampire here, right? Self.vampire, it's going to look inside of for any instance methods, the instance attributes that are vampire. Since this didn't have a self.vampire, this is not an instance attribute. So we're going to look at our closest class attribute, which is going to be this vampire right here, so blob.vampire. And so we're going to call that with the argument 2, and so we're going to get out night. Okay, so thanks for watching. Feel free to post on YouTube or Piazza if you have any questions or comments, and we'll try and get back to you, try and get those answered. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.